Danny Flexen here for Sportsbet TV with our weekly knockout boxing betting guide. We're here this week at the 12 Threes gym in Paddington, Darren Barker's gym. Looking ahead there to his charge, Dave Allen, going one-on-one with David Price in what is a 50-50 fight, but that's next weekend. You want to know where to put your money this weekend. My first piece of advice is stay away from Jeddah. I wouldn't give that advice to Amir Khan, as he's pocketing a cool £7 million to be there and fight Billy Dib. But with these kind of boxing, I don't want to call it a freak show, but certainly a sideshow, featuring the likes of Hughie Fury, Sam Peter, former world heavyweight champion, seen better days, Billy Dib, Glenn McCrory and Paulie Malignaggi presenting it. I'm sure it'll be great fun, but betting-wise, I wouldn't risk any money on it because you just never know what's going to happen. If there's a surprise to take place this weekend, it will almost certainly be on that show. So let's move forward to the real great boxing card of the weekend. Saturday night, O2 Arena, Frank Warren's heavy-duty bill. Solid undercard, but people are most interested in the two big heavyweight fights at the top of the show. Daniel Dubois against Nathan Gorman for the vacant British heavyweight title, and Joe Joyce against Bryant Jennings, possibly for Joyce's WBA gold belt, but more importantly to truly establish Joyce as a serious world level contender against the former world title challenger. What you want to know is where to place your cash, and Dubois Gorman's a very, very tough fight to call. Dubois is a narrow favourite in the betting at the moment. I think he's around 13. I think Gorman's around 13 to 8, and Dubois is something like 4 to 5, but I'll have to check. It's going to be varied depending on which bookmaker as well. Gorman is a very, very technically skilled boxer, great movement, good hand speed, good footwork, and carries a bit of a dig, whereas Dubois known more as a puncher, aggressive, great jab, but less of a thinking fighter than Gorman, although does still have technical skills that saw him star, as in fact they both did as teammates on the GB squad as amateurs. Both unbeaten as pros. Common opponents don't tell us much. The only real distinction is that Gorman was taken distance by Razvan Kajanu, who Dubois destroyed early on. But apart from that, they've beaten some of the same people in pretty much the same style. So who to go for is tough, but I think in a 50-50 fight, you look where the value is. And the value in this one is on Gorman winning on points, which is a more likely method of victory for him than knockout. And that's available at the moment, and I expect it to come in close to the fight at 7 to 2, which is a very attractive price for an outcome that is eminently possible, eminently viable. But if that's too risky for you, you might have to wait till next week to pick up your money, but I would suggest going for Joe Joyce to stop Bryant Jennings. Joyce has knocked everyone or stopped everyone in his 9-fight unbeaten career so far. Jennings has been stopped in the past. He's probably just past his prime a little bit, although he's only been beaten by world-level operators. Joyce looks a destructive force. This is his second fight with Adam Booth, first full camp with Adam Booth as well. I expect him to look to put on a show. I think he'll get Jennings out of there in the middle to late rounds. Couple that with Derek Chisora to win next week against Artur Spilka, just win outright, which he's the favourite to do. You'll get just over evens. If even that's too risky, just go for Joyce and Chisora outright, which gets you just under evens. It's like buying money, and I hope I don't come to regret saying that. Let us know what you think are the best bets of this boxing weekend, and indeed even looking ahead to next weekend if you must, as I have. We'd like to hear from you in the comments section below, and we'll respond to some of the better ones. And we'll see you next week to preview and give you some betting guidance on the Eddie Hearn heavyweight theme show, also at the O2. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, and thank you very much for your time. Cheers.